Good morning and welcome to the Be the Light meditation. I'm Jan Jorgensen. We do it every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. And even as I say, be the light, I feel people's bodies saying, am I the light? What do you mean? How do you be the light? And I gave it that title because it truly encapsulates exactly the path that we're on here in these meditations. We are learning to release the dross every day, that part of us that we have this repetitive thought and then it gets balled up with other things we have to do. And pretty soon we're walking around and we're that thought with all the distraction, all the angst, everything about it. And we're not even here. It's like driving a car in the universe and you're not seeing the traffic flow. You're not seeing people's faces. You're not present for conversations. You're not present for yourself. And I had a client yesterday and she said, well, this is my problem. I cannot still my mind. And I said, well, there's a lot to think about these days, isn't there? The world is changing. It's hard for the artistic types, the sensitive types to really get a foothold or make some headway or be successful in this world. So I told her, she was relieved, we were never meant to fit in. We were to show another way. We were to show a way of being that hasn't been present on earth in its purity and fullness. I'm not talking decades, thousands and thousands of years. Hey, confirmation right there, what I said. Lisa's in the other room. So sometimes I'll say, oh, I need to get a book. Oh, let's not talk to the spammers to see if I have my Google things all in alignment today. So sometimes we need a simple, we get these rubber balls, not rubber balls, balls of rubber bands. That's what it is. You know what I'm talking about? It's in your stomach, but your thoughts generate more rubber bands, more rubber bands. Some initial issue of, oh, I've got to do this on the house, or I've got to get a job. That ball of rubber bands in your stomach has been growing for a long time because every thought goes down and wraps it around, wraps it around, wraps it around. So the actual core of it, you probably can't even remember when you took on the vibration of that fear. And fear, as we talk about, often has so many faces. So we have to constantly trick ourselves or get a tool to go in and stop feeding that rubber band ball of tension and distraction, which actually sucks your energy. And as more of that fills your body and yourself, you get like this. And guess what? The light can't get in. The light can't get in because you're not doing the processes to bring it in. You're making rubber bands and you're keeping that distraction and tension going. And that is the world situation. So that's why we have these meditations. How can we have a bolt of lightning of true light of the Creator come into our bodies on Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. and at least for a short period give us a sense of levity and to let the focus on that density go. A lot of times we use tools to use our creative imagination and to go in and look at the root, the initial cause, and we can move it. We can dissolve it, we break it, we do all sorts of things with tools. But what I want to focus on today is using simple tools when you do get balled up. Okay, so here's one. I picked this book, and it's, to me, it's similar to Course in Miracles. Let's see. Bring it in from heaven, Jan. Come on, so they can see it. There it is. And so this was touted as kind of like a new age Bible, The Way of Mastery, Saint Christo Foundation. And they talk a lot about Christed consciousness. And I want to say Christed consciousness is a specific field of vibration where when you merge into the field where you can see interdimensional things, know more things, it's simply, we call it a Christed consciousness because everyone can do it. Okay, Jesus mastered it, so did Mary Magdalene, so did Buddha. It is simply merging into 732 hertz or higher. That's the threshold. That's the new spirituality is vibration, becoming the light, becoming lighter, a higher vibration, at least 732 hertz to pop your head through this thick consensus reality. So here's a tool that can help you from the way of mastery when you get balled up, and I know we do. It's a long week. Okay, a simple practice. We simply ask you to add this very simple practice. I'm going to ask you a question. How long do you meditate and go to the still point? Because you can't clear your mind unless you stop thinking for 21 seconds. That's a magic number. Fascinating, because you can change a habit, eating sugar, whatever, 21 days. So when you sit in your chair for 5 minutes, they're just asking in this methodology, just meditate for 5 minutes minimum out of your day. As you are abiding in the field of Christ consciousness, remembering the truth that has set you free, begin to ask yourself a simple question. And this is just slightly different wording that we use here, Course in Miracles. This day, how can I extend my treasure? And what is your treasure? It's what you brought with you from heaven. It's very short here on earth. Truth, beauty, goodness, love, omniscience, omnipresence, omnipotence. I talk about those often, the 7 principles of heavenly vibration that we can bring here. So this day, how can I extend my treasure? I think he's asking, or she, or they, them, what truth can I bring? What beauty can I bring? What notice can I bring? Truth, beauty, love, goodness. How can I add to that which I am storing up in the heaven of my consciousness? When you are born into this incarnation, here it is. Here's the map of ascension. We use that word a lot. Ascension, okay, they say, well, it can happen in a second. Well, you have to clear a lot of decks and learn a lot of lessons in a second. That's why some of us, this is our 40th, 50th, 400th for me, rodeo, being a human on earth. There are certain steps that we take. When you were born, you and the Creator will say, oh my goodness, in the last lifetime, I mastered truth. I was an attorney. I spoke the truth everywhere. I spoke the truth to my partner. I unzipped things that weren't truth, and I was a stellar. So 100% badge for your consciousness for that. But you left everything messy. You didn't make any beauty. And that's a principle of creation. Look at the beauty of this. Look at how your nervous system is elevated and goes to a higher divine state. That's Montana, by the way. So this time you might say, okay, dear Creator, I wasn't too good on love. I was great at truth, but I did love in that lifetime. Let's work on 50% beauty. Maybe I'll be a hairdresser in this lifetime. Maybe I will be a gardener. Oh, or interior designer. So you actually map out your schooling of what you're going to focus on. Truth, beauty, love, goodness, and truth, beauty, love, goodness. That's 4. Or you've mastered all of that. You're quite an amazing composite of a human. This time I want to learn omnipotence is the last one, which makes sense. You're not going to get a ticket to have power over everything unless you've proven that you are capable of using all the tools in the shed carefully, properly, with harm to none and good for all. But omniscience, this lifetime, I want to feel like I'm connected to everything. So you will work on the simple physics that we talk about, connecting with the 0 points, traveling to different star systems, seeing and communing with the place that your higher self was born. I mean, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So this little world just becomes this beautiful little gorgeous planet, and your soul expands and spans. And our theme last week was when you master all the 10 principles, the 10 steps of each principle, truth, beauty, love, and the 3 O's, bingo, 70, you can choose to die. You can choose to then go into your rainbow body. Your body does not even rot. It just, like, read how Paramahansa Yogananda and gurus, their body, it's a rainbow body. It just kind of dissolves practically. Amazing, because they have become light. They have sublimated the tissues to become vibrating so fast they don't have the density or qualities that normal human corpses have. So the 70 steps, this time, we're not leaving our bodies. Take good care of your bodies. I keep getting these messages. Oh my God, when I'm an ascended master, look at the work I'm going to have to do. So when we get to the 70 steps, we are simply going to allow for the full vibration component of our ascended mastery over our consciousness. Makes us a divine master working the earth plane with the real body. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the pop through with my colleagues who are no longer bothered by the ball of rubber bands. So it's right around the corner for some of us, for you. But right now, a simple tool, say that rubber band, and usually we save the biggest to last. So if you're on this call, you are well along your spiritual path. There are no beginners here. But I myself will find sometimes that rubber ball is so huge, and what it is like a plug. And know that the biggest boulder, the thing that has kept you like balled up, is like a little hard marble inside of the rubber bands that you just keep putting new thoughts, new activities, because like attracts like. You're thinking it, you attract it. Is to take charge and use your mastery and obliterate it vibrationally. And that's what we do in this call. We learn those tools. But back, this is just a simple tool here that every day you scan your field and you say, oh, with that rubber. In other words, pay attention. It's like a festering infection. And you know what happens. I'm a nurse. I'm a public health nurse, all about disease, protection, prevention, detection. That little density and darkness is keeping you grounded in holding a space where the light can't get in. It needs attention. And sometimes we ignore it or pretend it's not there. And what happens? Like they say, physicians say, oh, it'll go away. No, it'll fester. And you can be up here and meditating and feel wonderful. But then you see that person, it reminds you of it. Down you go. You can't descend. You can't go up the stairway and do the 40 steps and be a master until you feel it and deal with it. So this practice is 5 minutes a day. You are asking, how can I add to that which I am storing up in the heaven of my consciousness? Immediately you will get a picture. An old friend who needs a phone call, someone to write a letter to. It could be something as simple as picking up your cat, placing it upon your lap, and seeing all of the infinity. So what they're giving us here is a pattern breaker. Interference. First of all, here's your life. You're going around filling that little rubber band ball. No, you are sitting. You are creating a sacred space, setting yourself separate from everything else and relaxing, and you're going to feel that ball. The sooner you take care of that infection in healthy healing ways, using your creative consciousness before it becomes a raging, people get toxic, people get sepsis of their thoughts and kind of go crazy, but I'm just using the medical metaphor so that you understand that a huge rubber ball that keeps getting bigger, there's no space for you and your life. This grudge. And I have another little thought for you before we drop into the meditation. The grudges that we hold become disease. The resistance, the obstinance, or not looking at it and not feeling and working with it, but letting it grow, will contract your blood vessels, give you high blood pressure, will give you negative, Dr. Candace Pert, negative neurochemicals of stress. It'll cause inflammation. Your legs will hurt. Hard to think. You will be exhausted. This is chronic disease for humans. They say that all disease begins in the etheric, the thought field. Allowing other people to determine who you are and what you should think, who you should be, and what you should wear. By allowing that, from the get-go as a child, we started building the rubber bands of something is wrong here. There is something to fear here. There's not enough food. There's not enough this. There's not, and no one taught you to sit for 5 minutes a day and to stay clear and let the light in. So we're doing this. I don't know, you could be 40, you could be 30, you could be 70. I'm 69. Oh my God, where'd the years go? I'm glad I learned it now. And no, doesn't matter what age you are. The whole divine plan, the whole movement of transforming Earth back to a beneficial state, believe me, has specific timings. And your role in it to be learning these tools now is accurate and perfect. No beating yourself up. That's more rubber band ball building right there. So that's just to put into context the meditation that we're going to do today. I said I would tell you other tools. Here's an esoteric tool. And then I'll tell you a real practical one, and we'll jump into the meditation. Right after I'd left my marriage, because I knew I was in the wrong movie, it didn't feel right anymore. Who I was becoming didn't fit into that puzzle piece. So Rudolf Steiner, the great anthroposophist, said, here's an exercise. You're not sure who you are? Lay still in a bed I had food and water next to me, because you can't move until your move is based on your will, your mission, and what you came here to do in life. Well, I had just exited 23-year marriage with 3 kids, and every thought was, oh, are the clothes dry for Kelly, or did I do that? No, it had to be only be related to my spiritual mission of fulfilling those 7 principles: truth, beauty, love, and the 3 O's. What was my contract with God? And I actually laid there for 3 days, in and out, in and out. I was newly divorced, didn't have a job, in and out, until finally, through the blinds, a mist came, and they showed me who I am. They showed me in a movie of my role. It took me 3 days. So I'm not saying you have to do that. That's the kamikaze way, because I'd been living another way for 54 years. Now, the third way to check your thoughts is, we all have a cell phone. Set your cell phone that every 3 hours during the day has a little beep. Mine's a choo-choo or train. And it's like, Jan, are you on the train of becoming light? Or are you on the train of adding rubber bands to the ball? And it's just that little prompt where I would stop and take a breath and say, oh yeah, I just added 2 rubber bands to the ball with those thoughts or that phone call. Not too often was I on the train of becoming light. And be the light is becoming lighter. Lighter in our thinking, less defensive, less triggered, more levity, neutrality, witnessing all that is and knowing it's just all part of a big play. But that our role is to be different, because we are. We're like a comet, a bolt of lightning, bringing down the words, the images, the beauty, just like this book says, extending our treasure to earth in that moment. It doesn't matter what you see in that 5 minutes as you merge with your Christ consciousness. It may be as simple as turning to your spouse and saying, I love you. It might be going to Washington, D.C. to give a blessing to a senator. I just did that, actually. Whatever it is, let the day not fade away until that action is accomplished, or at least set into action. So it's a commitment. Let's work on that commitment in the meditation today. Go ahead and shut your eyes and relax. Feel the weight of your sit bones on the chair. In this moment, there's no reason to have any other thoughts. Just listen to my voice and surrender to the Be the Light process. There's a part of you that brought you here, so don't squander this precious time. Let's open to the light and absorb it together. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. We place a beautiful geometric structure, our own sacred tent, over our physical body now. Only energies of the highest light may come into our space now. Take a deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. And feel how your body feels, even focusing on your body and your sensory system stops the abstract thinking, which is related to the fear-based reality. Every thought you have must be examined. Is it the old fear-based reality? So take a deep breath. You're going to be aware, moving forward this week, of what is another rubber band and what is being in a state of emptiness so that more light can come in. So take a nice deep breath again through your nose and out through your mouth, and just stop thinking. If you heard the beautiful chimes on our deck, it would assist you. Focusing on something beautiful and neutral is a beautiful way to come in between that automatic rubber band creation. Sometimes a little hum. It captures that part of your brain that is incessant in its thinking, overthinking. So imagine that the thoughts in your brain that were hopping and sparking decided to rest, to go to sleep, to be calm. So we can go into the inner realm. The movie of the Wizard of Oz, poppies sleeping to our mind, to our thoughts, so that we can enter the gates of what? Heaven. But heaven's not a place, it's just a state of high vibration. Heaven is in you. Heaven is everywhere. It is a vibration over 732 hertz. We ask and intend that we allow our bodies to very gently move into a vibrational state of 732 hertz now. At least some of you are holding higher. We call in other divine beings of your choosing, Jesus, Buddha, Christ, any other master who has achieved the 70 steps and holds a very high vibration. We ask and intend that they come in our vicinity and surround us now. Why? Because it's physics. And we will be held in a circle of high vibration, which automatically elevates us like a trampoline. Beautiful. In a high vibrational state, even for a moment, it's a heavenly moment, the density stays below the trampoline. It's like gold panning. So you can experience how it feels to be free of the lower vibrational realms. And you can go back to your big rubber ball band later, but it's underneath the trampoline. You are elevated. Allow the inside of your body to feel this and to shift and open, just like a beautiful flower vase, to receive the blessings and even more light from the Creator now. Beautiful. Imagine that your crown chakra, it was named crown for a reason. Imagine that your crown chakra has 8 to 12 beautiful, beautiful, beautiful little pipes with colored, faceted jewels, because vibration is color. So we are opening like a pipe organ to receive the vibration, the music that the Creator is preparing for us now, that will help you repattern, reattune, reharmonize all that you are to a state of light. So whatever you imagine the Creator to be, whatever image, maybe it's just a waterfall of pure light, wisdom, magnificence. And there's a golden bucket there with your name on it, collecting this high vibration. But the Creator has put extra special sparkles of frequency balls that you need right now for rest, for restoration. Maybe a rubber ball buster, whatever it is. All we have to do is ask. This is prayer, and using the words of vibration is precise, specific. Ask for what you need now from your heart, so that it's a true need, not just a want. We ask and intend for this. And the Creator, like the perfect parent, is ready to assist and support us on our courageous path of foraging through a dark earth realm and getting 100% on all 70 of these steps. The Creator, just like your parents, cheerleader, whatever you need. So this beautiful bucket with these balls of effervescent, personalized therapeutic remedy for whatever ails you, whatever you're a little short on, trust, beauty, love, whatever, ask for it. Ask for a vibration that you want. So this bucket is being flown down by a fleet of angels towards your body. And just rest and allow and receive now. This golden bucket is over your head, and let's make it's liquid light, so it's not cold or it's not hot. It's just pure waterfall of light. Take a deep breath and now let it pour over the top of your head. This is a baptism initiation of sorts. But this liquid light, it's God light. It's actually absorbed through your skin, into your hair, into your skull, into your brain. And it is a purifying wash, cleansing, redefining, realigning energy flow. Imagine the purest waterfall in Hawaii with divine qualities. This is what this is. So let it just kind of make its way, swirling and twirling and healing and clearing, with sparking and moving in to your cellular matrix, into the music of the communication of all of your organs to your pituitary, your adrenals. Everything is ratcheting down any confusion or tension and becoming lacy like pure music, like a harp that is being tuned up to not just human ear sweet, but angelic human ear sweet, like a lyre. Oh, Your body's being played like an angelic lyre. And again, it's frequency, it's music. All parts of you are becoming sublime, new music. And you're absorbing this all the way down to your toes and your fingertips. And while you're imagining this, I'm going to go grab my lyre. Be right back. Imagine that you are now a walking harmonic instrument of beauty and love. And you are noticing the other light workers who are singing this new music. And you are forming a chorus, an orchestra together of new music on earth. For those with eyes to see and ears to hear, the music is inviting, entrancing, illuminating. Light is music. Music that holds the ratios, the scales that match the rotations of the planets in the sky. Everything in the natural infrastructure of the multi-universes is glorious music, and Earth has started singing out of key. So you are a breath of divine harmonics. You are connecting your own infrastructure, your own body. Your spine itself is a harp. And we just tuned up. Your spine, Dr. June Weeder, assigned different frequencies to the spine that correlate to this magnificent harmonic balance of the universe. You are bringing balance and light back to earth. So today, when you bring your treasure out into the world, your word, your deed, you will be exuding the harmonics of heaven. You will be bathing the density, other people's rubber balls, with the hope of levity. Because that's what you signed up for, and that's who you are. So in this very simple exercise, we have become music, and music is light when it is balanced with the principles and physics of the divine reality of which you come, of which you are bringing here and singing and moving and forming this new reality. So notice now if you are feeling any rubber band balls in your stomach. Probably not, but there is a residual there. There is a memory holder. So take a deep breath and make a decision. Is this the right time to go to the core of that issue and blast it with pure heavenly light? Are you ready to stop dedicating your thoughts, your energy, your space holder that's been blocking the light? Perhaps this is that moment. So breathe in more pure light, and imagine that it's just going in, and it's just like when you're cooking, you put fluid into a tomato or chicken. You have a beautiful heavenly, not sharp, syringe, and that you are injecting right into the core of the initial issue or thought or insult from your parents, church, family, and that you are interrupting that pattern at its base level core. And take a deep breath and just allow yourself to say, yes, I allow it. I allow this old, dense ball of thoughts to be part of my past, part of my learning mastery. But I am choosing to hold a new platform, a new vibrational field where I've gold panned, and I am only working with the treasures of my higher consciousness and not the creations of the past with fear-based foundations. So take a deep breath and know that tomorrow, when you spend your minimum of 5 days meditating, you can contemplate, clear the decks again, go up, become a living harp, or in this case, lyre on earth, Lyre, of the highest divine vibration, breaking through the consensus reality simply by going to over 732 hertz. So we're going to finish up this meditation today just by relaxing and allowing all of this to settle in. It'll be different for each of us. And then imagine that you're putting a beautiful golden resilient egg around your entire physical body as a buffer. Things can bounce off, but you can still relate. You can still send these treasures out, and you can still let other people's treasures in, but everything else just bounces off. It's not who you are. It's not part of your mission, and you're just not a rubber band collector anymore for that ball. Done. Let's take one last deep breath together here. In through the nose and out through the mouth, and wiggle your fingers and toes. And good morning, another day for not treasure hunting, but treasure sharing. So I'm going to stop the recording and you can hang out and just say hi.
Staring in the mirror, I see someone I know. Looking back on the years now, I think I'm just starting to grow. I wanna grow further, do the best I can. Great worth of a woman, equal worth of a man.